Welcome to English Practice Every Day. Synonyms can be tricky. You might understand their meanings but still struggle to use them in the right context. In this video, we'll explore how to use these 14 synonyms for the word build in their proper context. We will practice them with simple example sentences that reflect everyday situations. After the practice, we'll read aloud a short story that uses all these synonyms in their proper context, helping us understand them better. Let's start. Please speak out loud with me as we practice. Build. Build. In a proper context, build is the most general term for creating or assembling something, often from parts or materials. Build is the most general term for creating or assembling something, often from parts or materials. We plan to build a new house next year. Jack built a successful career in finance. The kids built a sandcastle on the beach. They are building a new shopping mall downtown. Construct. Construct. In a proper context, construct means to build something large or complex, often involving engineering or architecture. Construct means to build something large or complex, often involving engineering or architecture. The engineers constructed a bridge across the river. They are constructing a skyscraper in the city center. Workers constructed a temporary shelter for the event. The house was constructed using eco-friendly materials. Develop. Develop. In a proper context, develop means to build or create something gradually, often through growth or improvement. Develop means to build or create something gradually, often through growth or improvement. Amy is developing her skills in painting. The company is developing a new product line. Leo developed a new app to solve everyday problems. We can develop our speaking skills with regular practice. Fabricate. Fabricate. In proper context, fabricate means to build or make something, often with an emphasis on creating something artificial or deceptive. Fabricate means to build or make something, often with an emphasis on creating something artificial or deceptive. The story was fabricated to mislead the public. The factory fabricates car parts for major brands. Joe fabricated a story to avoid getting into trouble. The company fabricates custom furniture for clients. Raise. Raise. In a proper context, raise means to build or construct something by lifting or assembling parts. Raise means to build or construct something by lifting or assembling parts. They raised a monument in honor of the heroes. The community raised a new school for the children. Jean raised a shed in his backyard over the weekend. The workers raised the scaffolding for the construction project. Erect. Erect. In a proper context, erect means to build something upright, often referring to structures or buildings. Erect means to build something upright, often referring to structures or buildings. They erected a statue in the town square. The tent was erected in less than an hour. The soldiers erected a signal tower on the hill. The workers erected a fence around the property. Make. Make. In a proper context, make means to build or create something, often in a general or informal sense. Make means to build or create something, often in a general or informal sense. The artist made a sculpture out of wood. Eve made a beautiful dress for the party. Paul made a model airplane from scratch. The kids made a fort out of blankets and pillows. Form. Form. In a proper context, form means to build or create something by shaping or organizing parts. Form means to build or create something by shaping or organizing parts. A habit is formed through repeated actions. The clouds formed a strange shape in the sky. They formed a committee to address the issue. The students formed a circle for the group activity. Constitute. Constitute. In a proper context, constitute means to build or form something by combining parts to create a whole. Constitute means to build or form something by combining parts to create a whole. The team constitutes experts from various fields. The ingredients constitute a perfect recipe for success. These 5 chapters constitute the first part of the book. The new laws constitute a major change in the system. Fashion. Fashion. In a proper context, fashion means to build or create something with skill or creativity, often with a focus on design. Fashion means to build or create something with skill or creativity, often with a focus on design. Ivy fashioned a necklace out of beads and wire. The designer fashioned a stunning gown for the event. They fashioned a makeshift shelter from branches and leaves. Bain fashioned a solution to the problem using limited resources. Assemble. Assemble. In a proper context, assemble means to build or put together parts to create something. Assemble means to build or put together parts to create something. The workers assembled the furniture quickly. I assembled a team of experts for the project. Mia assembled all the ingredients for the recipe. The students assembled a robot for the science fair. Establish. Establish. In a proper context, establish means to build or create something intended to be permanent or official. Establish means to build or create something intended to be permanent or official. The company was established in 1995. They established a new business in the city. Grandma established a new tradition in the family. The leader established a strong reputation in the community. Formulate. Formulate. In a proper context, formulate means to build or create something systematically, often referring to ideas, plans, or theories. Formulate means to build or create something systematically, often referring to ideas, plans, or theories. Sam formulated a plan to improve his grades. They formulated a strategy to win the competition. The team formulated a response to the client's concerns. The scientists formulated a theory about the phenomenon. Found. Found. In a proper context, found means to build or establish something, often referring to organizations, institutions, or cities. Found means to build or establish something, often referring to organizations, institutions, or cities. The city was founded over 200 years ago. The university was founded by a group of scholars. Jane founded a startup that became very successful. They founded a charity to help underprivileged children. I hope the contextual use of all these synonyms is clear to you. Let's now read a short story that uses all these words in their proper context. Title of the story: The Village of Brightwood. In a small valley surrounded by tall mountains, there was a village called Brightwood. The people of Brightwood were known for their hard work and creativity. They loved to build things with their hands. Every house, every bridge, and every tool was made with care and pride. One day, the village elder, a wise woman named Mara, called a meeting. "We need to construct a new school for our children," she said. "Our old school is too small and falling apart. It's time to develop a plan." The villagers agreed. They knew that education was important. A young man named Eli stood up. "I can fabricate the tools we need," he said. "I'll make sure they are strong and reliable." Eli was known for his skill in crafting tools and machines. Another villager, a woman named Lena, offered to raise the funds needed for the project. "I'll talk to the nearby towns and ask for their support," she said. Lena was good at talking to people and convincing them to help. The villagers decided to erect the new school on a hill overlooking the village. It was a beautiful spot with a view of the valley. They envisioned the school to be a place of learning and inspiration. The next day, everyone got to work. Eli and his team began to make the tools. They used wood from the forest and metal from the nearby mines. Lena traveled to the neighboring towns and returned with enough money to buy the materials they needed. The villagers worked together to form the foundation of the school. They dug deep into the ground and laid strong stones to support the building. It was hard work, but they were determined. As the walls began to rise, the children of the village watched in awe. They helped by carrying small stones and tools. They were excited to have a new school. "Will constitute the future of Brightwood," said a little girl named Mia. She was only 8 years old, but she understood the importance of education. The villagers meticulously fashioned the school with care. They used wood from the forest to make the walls and roof. They painted the walls in bright colors to make the school look cheerful. The windows were large to let in plenty of light. Inside the school, the villagers assembled desks and chairs. They wanted the classrooms to be comfortable for the children. They also built a small library where the children could read books and learn new things. Mara, the village elder, helped to establish the rules for the school. "We must respect our teachers and each other," she said. "We must work hard and never give up." The villagers agreed. They wanted the school to be a place of discipline and kindness. The villagers also decided to formulate a curriculum for the children. They wanted to teach them not only reading and writing, but also skills like farming, carpentry, and weaving. They believed that every child should learn how to build a good life. Finally, after months of hard work, the school was ready. The villagers gathered on the hill to celebrate. They were proud of what they had founded. The new school was a symbol of their unity and hope. Mara stood proudly in front of the school and addressed the crowd. "This school is more than just a building," she said. "It is a place where our children will learn, grow, and dream. It is a place where we will construct a better future for Brightwood." The children cheered. They couldn't wait to start their first day at the new school. The villagers smiled. They knew that their hard work had paid off. From that day on, the school became the heart of Brightwood. The children learned new things every day. They grew up to be smart, kind, and skilled. They used their knowledge to develop the village even further. Years later, when Mia became the village elder, she often told the story of how the school was built. "It was a team effort," she said. "Everyone in the village worked together to erect this school. It taught us that when we come together, we can fabricate a better future." And so the village of Brightwood continued to thrive. The school stood as a reminder of what they could achieve when they worked together. It was a place of learning, hope, and dreams. And it all started with a simple idea and a lot of hard work. End of story. That's all for this synonyms in context practice session. Please try to use these synonyms in their proper context in your speaking over the next few days to enhance your understanding of them. Bye for now.